Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Andreas and I'm the author of the London Poker Guide. Today I'm going to show you a hand that I completely butchered, but I think it is very important because you can learn how to not overplay your hand here and how to do good hand reading, which I was not able to do at the table, but now in hindsight it is very obvious. So in this hand we have a good strong reg who opens in the low jack. I can call here, but it's not ideal. Definitely in a tough online game, this is a 3-bet or fold, and because we have a good reg here who opened, this is what I chose to do. So I make it 3x, and now we move far away from online poker. As we can see, the cutoff cold calls my 3-bet here. The button also cold calls my 3-bet. The blinds get out of the way, and the reg and the low jack calls as well. And we go to a four-way flop here. The flop looks really nice. I have top trips. I feel invincible at this point, so I just chuck out a small continuation bet. I think this is perfectly fine. I'm the pre-flop aggressor, and even against 3 players as the 3-better, I should bet, and I should bet small because it is a multi-way pot. Cutoff folds, the button calls, low jack folds. So far, so good. Now we get this 10 of hearts. This is now we get a flush draw, which I think is quite meaningless though. So I just decide to bet for value again. I bet bigger now, and the button calls again my half pot bet here. So far, so good still. But now let's just do a little bit of hand reading at this point. So he cold called a 3-bet. He called my c-bet on the flop, and he called my half-pot bet on the turn. What sort of hands would he do this with? So normally I would say a hand to cold call a 3-bet, although you should never do this, but a lot of recreational players do this with hands like pocket queens, pocket jacks, pocket tens, maybe nines, eights, sometimes even some smaller pocket pairs, and sometimes they trap with something like aces or kings. Ace king suited, ace queen suited, king queen suited are also possibilities, but not a lot more than that, I would say. So if we take the range that I just mentioned and see how it connects with this board, and how does king queen fare against this range. And this is just not what I thought in that moment. I was just way too focused on my own hand here. I was thinking like my hand is great in a 3-bet pot. This is basically an amazing hand, not really thinking that actually against his range my trips are not that great. And now this led to this massive mistake that I made on the river here, because I did not see that. So my thinking at that point was, I have a hand that's really good. Of course, I could be beat. I mean, I wasn't disillusional at this point. However, my thinking was, against a loose recreational player, I never want to check call a river bet. So it's either a check fold or I bet for value myself, which is what I decided to do. And also I said I don't want to bet small, because if I get raised I just can't fold trips here, which is a massive mistake that I made here, because of course I can check fold here, or even bet fold. This is a hand that's just marginal at this point, because what hands do I actually beat? Pocket jacks maybe. On the flop I would have beaten pocket tens, but I don't beat that now. So now if he has the rare queen jack suited, but there are not many combinations of that, there's actually just one, and that's the club variant of it. So I even lose against ace queen. And there are no other queens that he could have. Queen 10, but I lose to that one now. And I highly doubt that he has queen 9 of clubs here, or queen 7 of clubs, or something like that. So maybe we chop with king queen of clubs here. But basically, this is a clear check fold here, and I absolutely did not see this. And you'll see me butcher this hand really, really badly. I decided to go all in here for just over pot. I got snapped off by pocket eights, and I lost this big pot here. But at least I really learned a valuable lesson here, and I can't overemphasize how important it is to range your opponent correctly and not just be disillusional about your hand, because my hand, yes, in a vacuum, it looks great, but if you distill the action here and see what hands villain ends up with on this river, you will just realize that there is no way I can be good if I shove here. So lesson learned, a very expensive lesson learned here. But yeah, I hope not to make this mistake again, and I hope that I've managed to show you how to do a little bit of hand reading in 3-bet pots in live poker. If you like my atrocious mistake here, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye.